Oh, I always remember that dear lady. I never forget her. Because she just, in her testimony, she encapsulated all of this. She was a Christian for many years. She suffered for 6 years. She was bedridden. She was in so much pain until they had to put her on a wooden bed. And they had to carry her in that condition. She had been in the hospital 2 years. It didn't get any better. If you touched her body, she wriggled in pains. They had to put her on this wooden bed. Her sons and her husband, they had to carry her like that, trying ever so carefully not to make her shake, because you cry in pains. Then she said, I cried every day. She said, I cried to God every day. God, I've been serving you. Why am I suffering like this? Then she came here. She listened to the message. And she heard me preach. She was listening to the tape. She heard me preach, where I was reading James' message on the effectual fervent prayer of a righteous man availeth much. Then I said, he did not say the effectual fervent crying of a righteous man. Then she stopped. She said, I never heard that before. She said, I've cried for 6 years. She said, I cried every night. And I cried every day for God to heal my body. She said, I never knew that God didn't care about the crying. She said, because Pastor Chris showed me from the Word of God that God had already done it. And I didn't need to cry. She said, I cried every day. And I shared there the effectual fervent prayer of a righteous man makes tremendous power available, dynamic in its working. Not the effectual fervent crying. Then she said, I stopped crying. That was the beginning of her miracle. She said, I stopped crying. Then she said she got another tape. And I was sharing there on 2 kinds of faith. And they are distinguished between believing and faith, that they are not the same. Oh, she said, I didn't know this. I believed for years. And I didn't know the difference between believing and faith. Listen, it's what we found out all over the world among many, many Christians.